is standing at the corner. She is a living in and out of tune. Hey you, you're losing, you're losing, you're losing, you're losing your mind. Hey you, you're losing, you're losing, you're losing, you're losing your mind.
What's good, everybody? We're live. Top G is back. Big streaming day. Good to see everybody here. Need some energy in the chat today.
I'm just going to say I didn't do it. I'm just going to say that I didn't play the song. I don't find the song funny. I didn't think it was appropriate to do.
You got to sacrifice that title. This retarded. This is not funny. This is horrible. Guess you're not Top G anymore. Stole that shit. I'm Top G, nigga. I talk facts.
Tristan told me that Sneako played the song.
He was calling out a couple things. Sneako does loads of clips insulting me all the time.
Let's work out this issue a little bit.
There's no issue.
They smile in my face is what I don't like. They steal your whole sound, that's a sound bite. The media crucify me like they did Christ.
I'm not fucking sorry for listening to a song. It's a fucking song.
A girl will run her mouth only out of spite, but I never. Player, get your mail. It's only two places you end up, either dead or in jail. Still know where to go.
What's good, everybody?
Still know where to go. Now throw your hands up, hustlers, busters, boosters, ho. Everybody, fuck that. Still know where to go.
What's good, everybody?
Still know where to go.
Actively Dashari, Z Walker, Kata, Straw Hat, Coco, Noeha, Goipers, Dylan, Jimmy, J Wallace, D-Mate, Curve, Rockster, A9, Elises. Ain't important that shit. Big stream today. Everybody move.
2 words, BKNY, Bed-Stuy, too hard, too hungry, too many, that's why. These streets, no game, can't ball, don't play. Heavy traffic, one lane, everybody move. 2 words, most deaf, blackjack, hot shit. Calm down, get back.
Ghetto people got this.
Dave on lock, jump on cock, we won't stop. Everybody move.
Yeah. Don Everest, the legend. Remember Palestine was good, free Palestine. Produced, D Capone, the legend. Stole that shit. How we doing? Adrenochrome. Till get that till I fucking die.
One neck, 2 chains, 1 waist, 2 gats, 1 wall.
You fucking with it?
Dudes fake, give me that. I am limelight, blueprint 5 mics. Go get his rhyme like should have been signed twice. Most imitated, Grammy nominated, hotel accommodated, cheerleader prom dated, barber shop.
Yeah.
Mom and pop bootlegged it.
Feel like the rope when the roof came in.
2 words, shot town.
Crazy. So I live by 2 words. Fuck you, pay me. Z Walker, what up? Bang. Good to see everybody here. All right, it looks albino today. It is what it is. I need to get it fixed. Amber couldn't come today. She was busy. Shout out to Amber Rose. Great stream yesterday. She was on the phone. Hoodie on. Stop. But yeah, I'm blonde. I'm back. Everyone's saying you're trying to be this, you're trying to be that. I've been doing that. I used to do this in college all back in the day. I feel like the 2018 Sneako. What did Pump say? Wait, what did Pump say?
Run that from the top. Let me hear that shit.
Oh, the trimmer.
Chad, should I shave my beard or not? They want the old pump back, they want the old Sneako back. They want the old pump back, they want the old Sneako back. Fuck all that talking, man, they get straight to it. Fuck all that talking, man, they get straight to it. They want the old pump back, they want the old Sneako back. They want the old pump back, they want the old Sneako back. Fuck all that talking, man, they get straight to it. Fuck all that talking, man, they get straight to it.
Fucking clubbing, every nigga tryna ban me. Stole that shit, give me that, I'm the top G. Stitching on me, dog, you said we was family. Like Chris Tyson switching on me like a tranny. And on Twitter, they don't fucking understand me. Ban me from everything, I don't give a fuck. Clavicular, I'ma hit him with the Cybertruck. Vehicular, driving off with the #1. Killing kids that they act like they cannot see. What a stomach, everybody wanna drop me. Taking steak deals, thought you had 8 figures. I'm not taking no shit from a wall kisser.
They want the old pump back, they want the old Sneako back. They want the old pump back, they want the old Sneako back. Fuck all that talking, man, they get straight to it. Fuck all that talking, man, they get straight to it. They want the old pump back, they want the old Sneako back.
Yeah, all that good stuff. But today's there's a big concert. Ye's doing a concert in Mexico, so I want to watch some of that stuff. Damn, Jake Future just went live. All right, bye. I'm ending stream. I'm gonna go watch Jake Future. I'm joking. Okay, so this is gonna be good. I want to quickly get into. There's big Epstein file release. There's been a lot of Epstein developments, some weird stuff going on. But I can't stop looking at the fucking thing. I look weird, don't I? Is it a W or L? Vlad just dropped. Is it a W or an L? I can't fucking look away. Pusha T's implicated on there? Fucking hell. I think it's going to take a little bit of time to set in a little bit. It's like when the lighting is good, it's good. But then it's like, then it looks a little bit too much like Rice Spice. I saw you guys saying. Rice Spice is crazy. We're going to ban people who do that. Should I keep the hoodie on? Is hoodie on better? You got me insecure. And I'm not, I don't give a fuck. But my friend from New York texted me. He said I was looking like, damn, bro. He said, no homo, you look big. He said, not to make this whole stream about my looks, because I do want to talk about Epstein and stuff. But he said, no homo, you look big. From this photo right here. Dude, I lost weight. This stream yesterday was great, but I lost weight. He's like, oh, you must have been getting a pump before she came in. Nah, no. I mean, I was streaming for hours, and then she showed up. It's all about the angles. You remember what Klav said about the vantage points? First off, the camera angle's good, and also the positioning. Because if you got a wide frame like me, you can make your, like, depending on how you're, it's not flexing. It's just like if you pinch your shoulders back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably like 160. I'm not even 165 right now. I'm probably 160. You know, Brad's too, but it's all about the frame and everything. So you got to know the angles. I haven't even been going to the gym. You know, I go to the sauna sometimes, but since I've been in Miami for the past couple weeks, I haven't went to the gym once. Have not worked out. You need to bleach it again? Yeah, but like when you lean back a little bit, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, it's good. I think it's just going to take a little bit to set in. Like a little bit to set in. Okay. It's crazy life for 6'2". Yeah, I still mog you, so shut up. People talking about my frame, so, oh, Sneako, you need to gain weight. I still mog you to death. What does Klav say? I mog you to death. I still mog you to fucking death. So how about you keep your comments to yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you know, keep those comments to yourself. Anyway. But yeah, Arian, it is what it is. So there's a big concert today. XQC just DM me. XQC DM me, asking me for a favor, trying to figure out if he could stream the Mex. Well, no, I shouldn't leak that. But he's asking me for favors. I'm like, bro, you don't even follow me back. You know I like X. We had our differences. We settled them. don't paint your head ever again, it's gay. I still mog you to death with painted hair, with not. Even if it's gay, I still, you know, to the grave, you are going to get mogged by me. Bro, do you see Elon emails? Bro said epic. Yeah, let's go see that. He's saying that the Epstein Island is epic. We're going to go cover that stuff. Let's go see what happened. There's lots of stuff, lots of reaction today. I want to do a longer desktop today. So hopefully this is good. Happy to see you guys again. Long live love speech. Glad to be back. All right. What's going on here? Elon Musk to Jeffrey Epstein in a 2013 email. When should we head to your island? Why the fuck would you go to that island? Alert. Organize Elon Musk to the island for January 2nd. This is 2013. Organize Elon Musk. So do you remember last summer, Elon Musk was talking about how the reason Trump is not going to release the Epstein list is because he's implicated in the files. So if this is true, a lot of this is allegedly. I don't want to get sued. I don't want to get in trouble. If this stuff is true, then maybe that's why Elon Musk was talking about how Trump was implicated. That's how he knew. I think the tweet word for word was, here's the really big bomb. Trump is not releasing the Epstein list because he's implicated on it. This is Elon Musk, the CEO of Twitter. That went everywhere. Even Ye got it and he said, hey guys, stop fighting. Everybody's freaking out because Elon was supposed to be Trump's top glazer. He was jumping up and down. His shirt was lifting up. He was saying, my heart goes out to you. And then he starts snaking his best friend. And then Elon Musk shows up at the White House the following day or the day after with the giant black eye. And he's like, his eyes are rolling to the back of his head. He's like this. He looks like he's listening to The Weeknd. I can't feel my face with a giant black eye looking like an Illuminati ritual. And they said it was because he got in an altercation with somebody in the White House. Other people are saying that this is an Illuminati black eye ritual and they put him in check after he stepped out of line. Because is it really the Illuminati or is it the Epstein list? If you look at Eyes Wide Shut, is it really a satanic Freemason Illuminati ritual or is it a giant blackmail operation for Israel? And if you see that they have overwhelming control, even though Hassan Piker has thrown me under the bus for the past several years for having very similar opinions on me geopolitically, Hassan Piker gets banned on Twitch for calling, he says Zionists are pigs, which is now against Twitch's hate speech policy. Right? He didn't get banned for shocking a dog, allegedly, but he got banned for saying Zionists are pigs. And so he's been saying that, you know, calling me all types of anti-this, anti-that. You know, basically signaling for the ADL to come after me, even though the ADL's on his ass. And so I did say extremely rare Hassan W. I don't think he's ever given me props besides saying that he believes I'm a Muslim, but I don't think that makes sense. And this is not in my best interest to say this. My Twitch ban is still being processed. My appeal is still being submitted. So right now what I should say is that, yeah, Hassan Piker should get banned. This is terrible. Zionists aren't pigs. I should throw him under the bus too. But I'm a man of my word. Extremely rare W. Extremely rare W. And I saw he responded today. He was saying that he's been saying this for a long time. I saw criticism from Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross was saying that Hassan Piker is just jumping on the Free Palestine train now when it's trendy. I've been saying Free Palestine long before October 7th. And if we're being factual, Hassan Piker has been saying that Palestine should be free for years. I'm aware of this. I never said otherwise. He's not saying this because it's trendy. He believes that Israel is a colonizer state. He's talking about class and capital. He's coming at it from a communist angle. It's all about class. But he's not going to take it a step further. And this is where this is inevitably going to go. He put out a final message saying, yeah, if I'm banned, you could find me anywhere. Basically saying what I said. You know, it sounded very similar to what I said when I got banned 3 years ago. You guys could find me anywhere. What Hassan Piker needs to address now is that Israel it's not just a class issue. This is how the left gets it jumbled up, and they say, like, they kind of tie it with white supremacy, and they say, no, Israel exists for reasons much deeper than just class or money. Israel exists, and I don't know if I could even say this on YouTube, for reasons that are biblical, or go to the Quran, or go to the Torah, right? They're trying to expand it. They want the world. They want the rest of the world to look like Gaza. And you could look into why. I'm not going to say this on YouTube. I just got my channel back. You could look into things like the Red Heifer, the Third Temple. You could see what this is really about, what they want to do to Al-Aqsa Mosque. It's not just political. It's religious. And it's inevitable. This is always going to happen. Look at the end times. Hassan says he's Muslim. Is he? I'm not even sure. But he should know this stuff. And I think he's willfully looking away at the bigger problem. So it's time he just embrace it. You know, if you're gonna say you're gonna be the bad guy now, be the bad guy. Stop coping, because at the end of the day, you are running cover for them by not being truthful about what Israel really wants and what the end goal is. Why they really want to ethnically cleanse. Why they could so easily commit genocide. They could so easily commit genocide because there is some sort of superiority complex going on. I'm not going to get too deep there on YouTube, but we can cover that later. He called I Zionist. Yeah, that stuff is stupid. And then here we go, $10 saying black cube, Saturn worship. Yeah, the Kaaba isn't even black, idiot, you fucking idiot. There's a covering on it. It's actually a gray stone. And that's what Abraham first prayed. So it's just like stupid schizo bullshit. You saw one Instagram reel and you think you're smart. Thank you for your $10, dummy. Well, continuing with the Epstein files, a lot more has been released. Let's see who else is implicated. The DOJ has since killed this link. This is what was there. So it's reported that an unidentified female friend was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. And once again, if you still are a Trump supporter, I know there's a lot more on Kick. Someone just gave 500 Kick points, said Israel's releasing some of the files pushing Trump to strike Iran tonight to change the main course of the debate. Maybe. But if you're still a Trump supporter, are there any Trump supporters remaining? I know Amber Rose is. You know, I'm not going to go and she's going to a wedding and she's tied up with them. It's like, all right, people, headphone users, let me lower the volume a little bit because I am going to be I'm going to be fying a lot tonight. If you still are a Trump supporter, he said that if you still want the Epstein files released, he doesn't want your support, word for word. Remember that. Any of you Trump shills still in here right now in the chat, reminder, Trump said himself on Truth Social, if you want the Epstein files released, he doesn't want your support. So if you want to see the Israel blackmail operation, this disgusting pedophile on an island, this satanic ritual, equivalent to Eyes Wide Shut, some of the most demonic, evil thing that we've ever seen in our lives, implicating American politicians, American intelligence, Stephen Hawking, and now apparently, allegedly, Elon Musk, he doesn't want your support. If you're still a Trump supporter after that, I don't know what to tell you, but you are running cover for Israel's pedophile operation. She has a friend. At age 16, while modeling, caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. At the New York residence, we've been there. I did a vlog there. It's at East 81st Street in the Upper East Side of New York City. You could see, I saw inside the apartment, and they were moving out. Like, I had made this great vlog. You could see the people where they were moving out furniture. And at that residence in Upper East Side, Manhattan, Ehud Barak, the former Israeli prime minister, Ehud Barak was seen there. This is the checkmate for any debates against Zionists. Let me show you. He's there with the face covering at his residency right here. This is Ehud Barak. If this is just a coincidence, maybe Epstein was just a good friend. But if you could see this and know this is the former Israeli prime minister, and you still think that this is for any other intelligence agency other than Mossad, you are a fucking idiot. Like, I'm just gonna be 100%. You're just an idiot, and you're blind to what's really going on. Especially for the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell, that was the bottom bitch for the pimp operation that Epstein was running. Ghislaine Maxwell, his girlfriend, they never got married. Ghislaine Maxwell's father was Robert Maxwell. He was one of the founding fathers of Mossad, one of the founding fathers of Israel, a mobster, a spy. This is not alleged. This is true. Do you think this is just a coincidence? Again, Epstein was a billionaire. How did Epstein become a multi-billionaire? Did he do anything? No, he was financed by Les Wexner, one of the richest Zionists in the world, lives in Ohio, and he was the CEO of a lot of companies, one of them being Victoria's Secret. It makes you think, what was Victoria's Secret? Was Victoria's Secret being a 13-year-old girl sucking off presidents and American politicians? Was that her secret? Think about that next time you go to the mall. On one occasion, caller reported she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Oren, lured caller and her friend upstairs but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Oren raped her best friend and a third brother. Ty raped a 14-year-old girl named Katie LNU. Caller named another individual involved in big orgy parties with her. Other young girls and older Victoria's Secret models. Boom! I didn't even read this yet. Wow, proving my point right here. Other Victoria's Secret models. Again, let's find the connection. Les Wexner was the financier of Jeffrey Epstein. He's why Jeffrey Epstein was a billionaire. So is it a coincidence that it was Victoria's Secret models when Les Wexner was the CEO of Victoria's Secret? Here he is. Here's Les Wexner. This is stuff that's so easy to find out, and it's crazy to me that it's still considered a conspiracy theory. Simple Google searches. There they are. Chumming it up. Chumming it up and having a good old time. Here is the New York Times detailing how Les Wexner met sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein as he built wealth. He didn't make any money himself. Yes, Epstein was a smart guy, probably charming, but he didn't do anything. You don't become a billionaire like that without somebody financing you, without ulterior motives. Let's continue. Including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. And again, there's a painting of Bill Clinton that was found in the Manhattan residence in Epstein, excuse me. In Epstein's residence, they found, Mossad got me just now. They found a painting of Bill Clinton. Let me show you. Again, there's a lot of pictures of them together, but here's the painting they found in his house. Oh, wow. Interesting. Look here. Now looky here. It's in Epstein's house. Is this weird to you? So again, when you see Hassan Piker say, you know, the main difference, what separates me from Hassan Piker, I'm not a communist. Hassan Piker will also differentiate and call me manosphere, call me red pill and stuff like that, because I talk about some of the evils that comes along with transgenderism. Right? Not all of it. I don't hate trans people. He likes to insinuate that. He wears dresses and stuff. You know, he can do what he does, and that is his target demographic. Same thing with Mamdani's. And it's actually very effective to get populist support. But when you see stuff like this and you see how it's used in their demonic activity, right? This cross-dressing, disgusting stuff, it does help you rethink it a little bit. And I am going a little bit far on YouTube right now. I'm going to try to be a little bit careful. Thank you for the $10. Sneako Slim Shady Top G. Thanks. The hair, it's starting to come in a little bit. Anyway. Online complainant reported she was a victim and witness to a sex trafficking ring at the Trump golf course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California between 95 and 96. Complainant reported Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties, the bottom bitch. Again, Ghislaine Maxwell is the daughter of Robert Maxwell, founder of Mossad. Clients whom included Epstein, Robert Leach, and Donald Trump. Complainant reported participating in orgies that some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security that if she ever talked of what went on there or who she saw, he would end up as fertilizer for the back 9 holes like the other cunts. Oof. Complainant claims to have video of high-profile parties dealing with cartels and having witnessed Robert Leach strangle a young girl to death at a party. And this is, again, why I know the Epstein stuff is funny and people do aura edits, and, you know, Nick Fuentes is selling merch for that stuff. He used a picture of me to promote it. And its stuff is funny, and I understand the edgy aspect of it, but I really don't want to trivialize how evil this stuff was. Right? If what we just know was just underage girls, I think it goes a lot deeper than that. I don't think that's schizo conspiracy theory. I think it's as evil as what these files are depicting, and I think it's, if this is just what we know at the surface, I think it goes much further than that. And I think it's more evil than we could really imagine. So yeah, it is funny, and the quarter zip looks nice. I'm not making money from that, but let's remember what this is really about. Let's remember what these people are capable of. Thanks for the 20. He said, hey, let's Jewish emergency distraction says, Hey, let's talk about something else. Perhaps the threat of radical Islamic people. Okay, all right, yeah, let's talk about Islamic terrorism. Let's talk about the radical Islamists. Let's talk about the Islamic invasion of America. And again, this is a good reminder. Thank you again for the dono. They were trying to paint a narrative that there's an Islamic takeover, right? They're trying to talk about the Somali daycares. Let's talk about what's really going on. Is this an Islamic takeover? Because people implicated here at the top level, they're not Muslim. The people at the top level of this Epstein files, there's no Muslims involved. In fact, it's white Christians and it's the Jewish elite. That's what's going on. And I'm not saying it's all Jews. I'm not saying it's all this, but it's white Christians who have worked to sell out our country with the rich Zionist elite. That's what's really happening. That's who's taking over this country. And what I think is an important issue to mention here, if you look at the Epstein list and you look at the people that are, if you look at the wall kissers, I'm going a little bit far on YouTube, but it's a lot of white Christians who have sold out our country to Israel, right? Maybe they were blackmailed, but it's a very important figure to remember. It's very important to remember who sold out this country, right? I do think people like Trump need to take some of the blame, because when something like the Somali daycare happens, they blame all Muslims. When something like, they don't like Ilhan Omar, they blame Muslims. But when it's people like Trump who are implicated in these files allegedly, Trump Jr. too, who follows me on Twitter, I've spoken to him before, when these people are implicated in the files, and I don't know if this is true, this is coming out from the DOJ, who's since killed the link. Why can't we blame, why is the blame not put on white Christians? And again, you're saying OW Brown Clown, people get upset about that. If you're gonna blame Muslims for what happened in the Somali daycares, then you need to blame white, let's be consistent here. If you believe it was Tyler Robinson who assassinated Charlie Kirk, let's be consistent. Continuing with these files. Complaint was spoken to and deemed not credible. Additional research showed 3 separate incidents involving police, which requested in mandatory psychiatric evaluations. So many of these people ended up dead. So many of the accusers, coincidentally, same thing with Hillary Clinton and every people who accuse Hillary and Bill Clinton of heinous acts. How many people who have accused the Clintons ended up dead? Missing. How many of them ended up committing suicide? This is the Matrix. Here's a file. Epstein victim raped by Bush and witness babies dismembered. Again, this is alleged. These are emails. Can't prove this, but thanks. I didn't realize Bush raped him too. He was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice in which his feet were cut with a scimitar but left no scarring. On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating feces from these intestines. Oh, man. He was also raped by George Bush I. Victim disclosed he was escorted by the FBI building by Michael Moore, who was the creator of The True Pundit, described by multiple online sources as a conspiracy-driven news website that attempts to paint the FBI in a bad light. Moore has a criminal record as a lawsuit of FBI investigation. Again, I do believe that people might call you a low IQ anti-Semite. They call you crazy conspiracy theorist. I think it goes much deeper. I think it goes much deeper than just, underage girls on an island. And again, if we look at from 2 years ago, remember the Balenciaga ad? And this is why I boycott Balenciaga. Remember this? I think they're showing you exactly what they're doing. I think it's as evil as people describe. This is a Balenciaga ad campaign. And they say it was just somebody on the marketing team, somebody who went too far. I don't think so. I think they're showing you to their face what they're capable of and what they do. I think if you look at the artwork of John Podesta, and we will go through the rest of these files too, show you some of this art. The pedo-Satanist elites and all that, how to make it as... Yeah, they call this stuff art, but look at this. These children look horrified. They look scared. They're all wearing red shoes, and they say the red shoes... This stuff is absolutely disgusting. So, I think it goes much further. I think there were sacrificial rituals. If you look at the worship that they had on that island, it goes much further. It's really dark stuff. Epstein with the smiling emoji asked former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak to clarify he does not work for Mossad in a meeting with senior Qatari investment. Oh, we don't work for Mossad. Where is that? Are you going to be on London? You should make it clear that I don't work for Mossad. Smiley face. This is 2018 from Ehud Barak. Oh, this is Epstein. Epstein is asking Ehud Barak to clarify. Winking emoji, smiley face. I don't work for Mossad. Sure. Do you believe this? Continuing with the files. The Justice Department has deleted all the files in which various allegations against Trump, including rape and trafficking, in the newly released Epstein files today. Why did they delete this right away? We'll see how long this is able to stay up on X. Thank you again, 20 from Jewish Emergency Distractor said, can you discuss your top 500 songs and then move on to movies and TV shows? No, I can't. I'm going to talk about this and not get distracted by listing out my favorite 500 movies. Jewish Emergency Distractor. He measured the children's vulva and vaginas by entering a finger and rated the... Oh, my Lord, bro. Here are the names right here if you can't see. It says Jeffrey Epstein, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and Donald Trump Jr. I don't know Donald Trump Jr. It says Trump twice. Some of the other ones list Donald Trump Jr. Oh, man. Okay, let's get through this. He measured the children's vulva and vaginas by entering a finger and rated the children on tightness. The guests were elder men and included Elon Musk, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump were there. Attorney Alan Dershowitz. Dershowitz was Epstein's lawyer. Dershowitz is appearing on the Piers Morgan show. Dershowitz is the lawyer we saw recently, I think was the lawyer, if I'm not mistaken, of the mayor of Miami Beach, the one who said it was disgusting that we were enjoying the song that got us in so much trouble. Show you Alan Dershowitz. Again, he's appearing in all these places. This guy here. Alan Dershowitz, Epstein's lawyer. Can you hear this? Oh, no, we can't hear it. Hold on. It's one ugly motherfucker right
Criminal
here.
investigation, the FBI folio of their reports and what they did and did not do. Okay. Separate and apart reports and what they did and did not do.
Excuse me. There's an echo. I hear the echo. I'm muting this. Fixing that. Here we go.
That had depositions, which are the interviews that you have in those pre-trial examinations before trial. And there are things that were sealed by judges. And what you told me, I have followed up on with other sources. And to the extent that there is any grouping of 20 people that survivors kept telling authorities about, who knew who they were trafficked to, who had to be acted upon and never were, apparently, that's where those names would be sealed. Do you believe that? And if so,
Yeah, he got a ball sack neck.
was there anything that could be done about that?
Yeah, we could go to the courts and seek to unseal it. But I want to focus on your prior guest because she focused on a woman named Farmer. Now, Farmer accused lots of people. All of them were Jewish. She said, quote, I have a hard time with Jewish people. All the Jewish people I met are pedophiles.
Okay, so now he's claiming anti-Semitism. Like, Epstein's lawyer is using the same talking points as Piers Morgan.
Who run the world economy. She talks about the Rothschilds. She is a blatant anti-Semite.
Wow.
And a liar.
You know what? Here again, I don't want to hear anything from... I'm not taking shit from wall kissers. I am not going to be told by Epstein's lawyer that we can't look into this because you're anti-Semitic. I'm just done with that. We're done with that. We are not going to be silenced by Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer for anti-Semitism.
She said she didn't accuse me, but she said she saw me in Jeffrey Epstein's house before I ever met Jeffrey Epstein. She clearly, provably lied about me.
And again, this guy here, this interviewer here was also criticizing Ye for being anti-Semitic when he dropped the song that everybody got upset about. Again, thank you for the 500 points on Kick. He said Dershowitz was also the lawyer of Israel's Haag allegations of genocide. You can't make this up. Yes, he was both lawyers of Israel and Epstein. Wow. I'm sure that's also just a coincidence.
And so what we have is both sides of the coin. We have people who are truly abused and who are telling the truth, and they ought to be listened to, and we ought to punish anybody who did anything illegal and criminal. And then we have the farmers of the world. We have another woman named Sarah Ransom, who claimed she had videotapes of Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Richard Branson, and a bunch of other people, and Donald Trump, videotaped of them having sex with children. And then she admitted she made up the whole thing. So we have to not throw out the Constitution here.
Really?
We have to remember the presumption of innocence. We have to remember that there are false accusations here. I was a victim of a false...
He's a victim, I'm sure. Okay, well, here's Aiden's response to Hassan yesterday. Let's go see.
No, no way! Yes! Oh my God! Oh!
And they didn't look into why. I did briefly cover this yesterday, but again, Hassan was banned for saying Zionist pigs. For saying Zionist, not for shocking a dog, not for platforming Houthis or anything, for saying Zionist pigs.
Cuff him. Oh my God. Go to the stream. Oh my God. I know, I'm gonna look. Oh my God, stop. Cuff him. There is no way. Cuff him. I'm gonna celebrate. No,
go to the streamer band. Fearbo might be getting his check.
Yes! Fuck yes!
Is that real?
You fucking dog abuser! You hate America! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Move to China! Bye! Hold on, we gotta fact check this.
Fact check!
I'll say that I don't think Hassan loves America. I can see his point.
Streamer bands.
Hold on, chat!
Fact check, hold on.
Hold on! Yes! I'm smoking on Hassan!
What you banging? What you...
Oh shit! LOL! Hassan.
We did get him.
Hassan. Yes, I'm fucking smoking on you.
We did get
you fucking suck. I always knew there was something weird about you, bro. Stop abusing Kaya, and this wouldn't happen.
I guess that's not why he was banned. And if you're gonna say, look, everybody here is free Palestine, correct? We understand Israel has overwhelming control in America. We want to stop that. So we should look at that ban. We should look at that ban and figure out if that's fair. He had more to say here.
Hassan said, motherfucker says free Palestine one time, smelling Trump's throat to taste some dick, celebrates when a pro-Palestinian content gets banned. Bro, hey, Hassan, no, hold on. Hassan, you are the most ironic hypocrite. You will purposely wait for trends to be more popular. I guarantee you are not saying free Palestine first before everyone.
Differences aside with Hassan, he was saying this for a long time. I talk facts. He was one of the streamers who's been on this for a long time. Same thing here. We got to remember, I was saying free Palestine long before October 7th. And no, Hassan was not on that because it's trendy. That's a fact.
I guarantee you weren't. You wait for people to make it a mainstream thing before you start talking about it. How come
saying El Sneako friend? Aiden's my friend, but I'm being truthful about this. Do you want me to lie? This is just the truth, bro. He's been saying this, I think, since I've seen it since back in 2018.
We didn't come at ICE earlier. Why are you coming at them now when the whole world does? You're a pathetic pussy, and you're a political streamer who couldn't get a stream with the president like I could, and you can never. You suck, bro, and you're almost 40 years old, and I'm half your age. I'm doing way better than you, bro. So go ahead and convince your dumb, stupid fucking fan base that you fucking, it's okay to be trendy at 13 years old. You're part of the problem, bro. Fuck you, leave America. You hate it so much. Sell your fucking $5.5 million crib in LA and go move to fucking China like you want to, you traitor.
So yeah, he's brought up several issues. I do think that Hassan hates America to some extent. I think he's going to say, Hassan has said it's a colonizer state and America has committed genocide across the world. America works hand in hand with Israel, and it's a class issue, right? Also, I do think that he's falsely equating the ICE issue to Israel, and that stuff doesn't make a lot of sense, and I think that is distracting. But he's been consistent about Palestine, 100%. 100%. Continuing with the Epstein files, because I think this is the most important issue to talk about. And if you want to checkmate anybody on the Zionist issue, you just got to bring this stuff up. It's very clear who Epstein worked for. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. And in here listed, Jeffrey Epstein, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and I think Donald Trump Jr. And again, they're saying this. Who else is listed? Dershowitz, Ghislaine Maxwell, Bob Shapiro. He forced to allow them to penetrate us. I was 13 years old when Donald Trump raped me. Ghislaine Maxwell was also present. And so I don't know what happened to her now. I don't know who this accuser was. Let's see if she's still alive. Grok has responded. Based on recent reports from Fox News, DOJ, who's the accuser here? Is she still alive? So many of these people have ended up dead or missing. Now they're saying Jay-Z has also been found in the Epstein files. Again, this proves my theory, if this is true, that this goes much deeper than just underage girls. Jay-Z was seen with Marina Abramovich doing this ritual. And again, this is stuff you shouldn't really show. I'm not sure how far you can go on YouTube about this. But here's Jay-Z doing this witch ceremony with Marina Abramovich, a well-known witch. I think you can even see the dance that he did on YouTube. I'll show you. Oud Billah. This is important to know. Jay-Z. Marina Abramovich. Where's the video? Here it is.
You do with that energy, you know. So today, it's kind of
on my left hand now.
This is gonna get demonetized.
It was great. It was so much energy, Scott.
That nose is crazy, bro. That nose is insane. Let's see the dance. Don't want to get copyrighted. Let's speed this up. I don't know if this is the actual video. I'll show you from the witch cooking. Here. Looks like soul transfer. If you look at her eyes here, it's much deeper than just a dance. Thank you for the 20. Thank you for discussing these vapid anti-Semites like Hassan. Much more entertaining than some hoax files. Shut up, bro. Stop trolling. Here's Marina Abramovich. You don't know a little bit further. There she is with the Antichrist cross. Oh no, it's not. This is just this must be some sort of satanic necklace. Again, here she is dressed in red. She's known for doing spirit cook. Yeah, here she is. These are these witch cooking. Because it goes much deeper. The transfer of soul, sacrifices to the god of Moloch. Right. It's demonic. So let's read. How is Jay-Z implicated? In approximately 1994, blank, blank, blank revealed herself to blank as a past victim of sex abuse by Epstein, described the abuse occurred during parties, further identified as a friend of blank. In approximately 96, resided with blank, blank in an unknown man abducted from her home when she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein, again, if you don't remember, was one of the front runners of the Me Too movement, known to get women to sleep with him in order to make better movies. He would get these Hollywood actors, Harvey Weinstein, he would get Hollywood actresses to sleep with him, allegedly, in order to get roles in movies, because he was one of the lead executive producers and one of the favorite producers of Quentin Tarantino. Tarantino married to an Israeli woman. Weinstein Productions. I love Tarantino's movies, but it is what it is. If you look at any Tarantino movie, and again, I love Inglourious Bastards. Inglourious Bastards has a clear political motive. It does depict things that happened in World War II, inaccurately, but Inglourious Bastards is about a Jewish rogue military group that goes and assassinates Nazis. It shows, you know, black people as the heroes, and it shows the Nazis as the villains. This is what Inglourious Basterds was all about. Here, they're carving. The final scene is them carving a swastika into the forehead of an SS officer. Great film, but is depicting history in a way that's not factual. So Harvey Weinstein is now implicated in the Epstein files, and I'll show you who Tarantino's married to. Quentin Tarantino, huge Hollywood director, is married to Daniela Pick. Daniela Pick was born in Israel, the daughter of songwriter Savika Pick. Spouse, and they got married in 2018. Funnily enough, around the same time as what is the dates in these files. A lot of it has been from 2018. Funny. An unknown man abducted from her home, which she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z. Well, Weinstein had inserted his fingers into blank. Blank believes she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions, awaking each time in an opulent indoor setting. Suffered from sex abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. Were called Leon Black and William Barr. And funnily enough, considering the Ye concert in Mexico is starting very soon, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, is not implicated in any of these files. Ye is the one who Live Nation is saying cannot perform in the United States of America. Ye is the one who is canceled. Ye is the one the media is calling evil. Ye is the one who they are demanding an apology from. Are they demanding an apology from Jay-Z? Jay-Z is now allegedly implicated in these files published by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The FBI has now listed Jay-Z here next to Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. Why is there not the same demand for Jay-Z to apologize? Is this not worse? Monster, goblin, Loch Ness, zombie with no conscience. Question, what do these things all have in common? Everybody know I'm a motherfucking monster. If this is true, should we not be demanding an apology from Jay-Z? But Ye is the one. Ye is the one canceled. Ye is the one debanked. Ye is the one who you can't play his music on Spotify. I'm the one who the mayor of Miami, a sitting politician of our country, same mayor who's going to kiss the wall in Israel, he's the one saying I'm disgusting and I'm not welcome in Miami anymore. Shouldn't we apply the pressure on these people? Continuing on, estimated she was abducted 7 occasions, awaking each time in an opulent indoor setting, suffered from sex abuse on multiple of those occasions. I'm seeing some people are saying there's links from implicating Pusha T as well, who has also distanced himself from Ye. There's more from the DOJ. Someone sent me this link here. We read this earlier. Victoria's Secret went missing. Ex-girlfriend's daughters were victims of Epstein and one was murdered. And there you go. Baal, Lucifer, Muslim, Jews, Buddhists, says Lake of Fire, schizo stuff. Daughters were victims of Epstein and one was murdered. While working as a limousine driver, complainant recalled picking up Donald Trump in 1995 to take him to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. During that ride, complainant recalled some of the things Trump spoke about on his cell phone were very concerning and described being a few seconds from pulling the limousine over on the median and within a few seconds of pulling them out of the car and hurting him, due to some of the things he was saying. Complainant noted Trump repeatedly stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone. One of the complainant's ex-girlfriend's daughters told complainant Trump raped her, as did Epstein. Callers talking about crimes committed against her. She claims to be a prisoner. She references Lisa Marie Presley, the British royal family. The royal family. President Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. So there we have the UK, America, and Israel. Again, thank you for the 10. The Marina Abramovich lady is a witch. She does spear cooking dinners, which I'm sure you're aware of. I just spoke about that. Have you seen Michelle Lamy, the wife of Rick Owens? Linked to rappers like A$AP Rocky, by the way, W Top G. Yes, I've seen all this stuff. Yes, I like A$AP Rocky. Yes, I like a lot of Jay-Z's music, but I'll show you this. And this is the type of stuff that you don't want to show. It could get, collaborations and stuff. But I did see this. This is the beginning of ASAP Mob. This is stuff online. I don't know about this. I can't tell you too much about this, but I have seen this before. There's ASAP Mob, ASAP Yams. There they are on a pentagram, doing rituals very similar to Marina Abramovich. I like ASAP Rocky. I don't know if he's. I'm gonna hope the best for him. But this is public online. You're saying Illuminati might be real. I think Illuminati is a cover. I think it all goes back to Israel. To be perfectly clear. Complainant following up after a call with NYPD officer regarding her previous trip reported that she was forced to perform sex acts when she was 13 years old and pregnant in 1984. Complainant also reported there were high-profile individuals involved in her trafficking and murder and disposal of her newborn daughter. Complainant reported Donald Trump participated regularly in paying money to force her to perform sex acts with him and alleged Trump was present when her uncle murdered her newborn child. Caller was taken by boat to Epstein Island. Caller said it was complicated and involved Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Caller became a school counselor and had a meeting with the school principal, Linda Kitts, and a police officer where the caller was informed there were pictures of herself. And they're talking about Trump and the modeling, getting young models in 1998 from New York. Caller reported the school was mad at her for not being a Trump person and that the school wanted her to testify and say things against Andrew Cuomo. Cuomo, who they are calling a sex pest. Cuomo recently just ran against Zohar Mamdani. Andrew Cuomo, former governor of New York, who just lost the race against Zohar Mamdani in New York City. Andrew Cuomo, who has been implicated in strange sex acts, also alleged. I'm not accusing him of anything. The FBI and Donald Trump were on the phone during the meeting. Caller believes the FBI has baby pictures of her with Epstein. Disgusting. Caller reported that in 1987, a friend was out drinking and ended up at Trump Plaza. Victim saw Donald Trump and wanted to meet him. An unknown man approached her and offered to introduce her to Trump. The unknown man gave victim a drink, and victim one woke up naked and sore with $300 on the bed. Only $300? Foul! Victim one didn't remember how she got to the room. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. It's probably GHB. Maybe could have been any drug. Victim one called the caller and told her she thought she had been raped. Victim one did not go to the hospital to have a rape kit performed because she didn't think anyone would believe her, especially because she was drunk. Victim one's husband's businesses had problems with suppliers, and victim one believed Trump was behind it. Victim one also started dating a lawyer, identifiers unknown, who was married. Victim one had a fight with her lawyer boyfriend and went to a bar. Victim one left a bar with a man who no one in the bar recognized but seemed familiar with. Victim one was never seen again. A few years ago, remains were discovered that matched the description of what victim one was wearing and what was missing. DNA tests at the time were inconclusive. They're saying they found body parts, but it was inconclusive. In 2004, 2005, Sir Ivan Wilczek hosted a party where Jeffrey Epstein, Sammy Sosa, and Donald Trump were in attendance. Sammy Sosa, Cuban baseball player. Patty's PR agent stood at the door. At the party, caller met with an individual who was approximately 18 to 23 years of age, who was brought from Oklahoma to a modeling job, but then sold to a man in France. Sold. There you go, child trafficking, allegedly. And a woman, possibly known as Colette LNU, was the madam. A couple years later, caller saw Colette at the Cheetah Club in New York, and she told one of the Santos friends that Jamie Foxx was interested in spending the night with her, and that he could pay her a lot of money. We'll return to this stuff later. I want to go a little bit deeper, but there's so much more that I can't say on YouTube. So YouTube chat, come on over to Kick. I'm going to pin it right now. The link is the first link in the description. It's kick.com/Sneako. Come join that right now. And there's a concert Ye's having right now, and we should also support Ye, because Ye is not here. Ye is not on this list. Ye is not implicated, but people like Jay-Z are. So I can't say all this stuff, and I also don't want to get copyrighted over on YouTube. So come join this right here. The link is pasted in the chat. All right, there's a concert, his first concert in years. It's been years. The Korea concerts don't count. All the rest of that stuff doesn't count. Come on over, kick.com/Sneako YouTube.
I'm just going to say I didn't do it. I'm just going to say that I didn't play the song. I don't find the song funny. I didn't think it was appropriate.